Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. Get that bell notification on too so you don't miss out on a video. This whole week we've been building out in Walsenberg, and we're going to continue that trend by building up the ore industry today. We're still going to be building up Walsenberg as well because it's taken a little bit longer than I was anticipating, because I think the town size is kind of screaming at me to make it a bit of a larger town and not just make it a small, tiny, one road kind of town. So I think there's a couple moving pieces here with this town, and I love building small towns. It's probably my favorite thing in the game is, you know, we have the city just like we're seeing right here, which is great. Love downtown builds. Here we are again. But, you know, those small towns on the outside of your city really make the character of a build. And, you know, really enjoy it. So let's hop out and look at the town. So here we are. Last episode we brought the metro over here, which, you know, I'm really pleased with. It's a one-stop shop from our metro station in Walsenberg right to the downtown core, well, the historic district first, and then we're right at the train station. So 2 stops to get to the train station. That's pretty good. But if you wanted to drive from Walsenberg to Fort Prairie, it's quite the long detour. You gotta go all the way over here, or you have to go all the way around. So, you know, that metro is definitely a big time saver for those who have to commute downtown or going to Fort Prairie for a, you know, a little day trip or something like that. Yeah, so all I did off camera between the episodes was I added in the zoning through here. I also added in a baseball diamond over here with some extra parking for the high school and for the town in general. Added in some basketball courts over here, and then the friendly neighborhood park, which is a great asset. And I feel like this is a really good location for it. You only get this park once because it's a unique building. Unique building. So it's right behind the library, but we're calling the library Walsenberg City Hall. So yeah, I hope this town's theme is coming across. You know, it's just an old kind of main road, an old small town that has appeared up, and you know, since a town has since grown up around it. We have the old kind of neighborhood down in here, and then we're going to slowly expand outwards and upwards with a bit more of a planned suburb kind of vibe. And I think this metro is a good kind of crossing point for that. We also have a park planned over here. Yeah, so, you know, I think that is coming along really nicely. But we're going to start off today with Orton County Ore and Mining, because we need to level this up to level 4. And we have the potential. We've already got the resources. We just got to get the workers. And we have some industry demand, some residential demand as well. But I think we can get some of that going while we are building. And then we'll come back at the end of the episode and add some more into Walsenberg, maybe even start the park. So, without further ado, with further ado, I want to show the buses. So at the end of the episode last week, I touched on the buses really quickly, but I didn't spend too much time planning them out. So we have a bus that goes right down in here, which is actually a bus road now, because there's so many people that are using it. And so we have one, if we're looking at the pink bus, it stops right in front of here, loops up, goes around, all the way around. It stops at the ore industry, and then it comes all the way over into here and stops at Assiniboine Station over here. And that also connects with a ton of other bus lines that we've already put into the city. So it's kind of like a connection between the top of this line and the end of this line. So perhaps, you know, we see a larger transit flux on that in the future. We also have just a simple little loop kind of system around the town. It avoids the main street, which I noticed that a lot of towns, small towns like this do, probably because of traffic and whatnot. But they usually stick on the kind of the secondary roads of their small town. So we do have a bit of action happening right here on the main road. But otherwise, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, and you know, there's actually a lot of people using them too, which is nice. All right. So let's add in some zoning, and we'll just kind of throw them in, and then we will start going over to the ore industry. Oh, actually, let's be a bit picky here. So let's go newer roads or older roads. Newer roads. Uh-oh. I'm messing everything up. I just wanted this to be really quick. There we go. So we have some nice clean zoning right through here. And I re-added in this road that we took out at the end of last episode as well. And then we can get a couple clean buildings right through here. This would be quite the nice place to live. But I'm sure in the springtime it would be a little sketchy about what's happening with potential flooding, because the rivers tend to flood in the springtime. Well, let's do that. Just a couple of houses over there, and then let's get some nice big houses. I think if I turn the zoning off here, it would be fine. Yes. And then let's get some nice big houses right through here. Fantastic. Okay. So I think we'll start with that, and we'll come back to it because I don't want to zone too much. But let's go over to the ore industries. So I think we got to level 3, and like off camera maybe, because I don't exactly recall, but I remember doing level 2. I changed up this bus stop that we had. So previously it attached from this side, but now I have it connecting from this side. So it has 2 bus stops in here. So the super bendy bus stops right in here, and then we have a shuttle that goes from Fort Prairie, or Prairie Station, sorry, and it stops right here. Just a really quick little bus. We might actually eliminate that now that we have this one larger bus, but I kind of like the theme of having these mini buses be the shuttle. And, you know, there's a couple people using it, so we could actually probably turn it down to probably 2 vehicles now. So, yeah, a lot of fun. But we're going to start over here in our ore extraction area. If we look at our resources, the ore is everywhere around here. But we're prioritizing our extraction over on this side because of just the layout of our town, mainly because this is going to be a national park. You know, this area could be nice, but it's so prime for suburban development. Yeah, pretty much that's it. Let's start over here where we already have a couple mixing of some extraction assets. We have a mine, we have 2 of these small ore mines, which I like to see as kind of like staging areas for the vehicles. Why? Because they don't really look like they're digging anything up, but they have the vehicles on them. So they're almost like perfect just to kind of blend together. And I think that is really, really excellent. So let's go into this and let's check out the buildings that we need to add in for our level 3 achievement. So that is the medium ore mine, which is really cool. I really like this asset. And I think we also got the seabed mining vessel, but that's not going to be a thing here. And we also got the rotary kiln. And that's it. So 2 things to add in. And this first one I want to add in over here, but not exactly right there. I want to grab this and we're going to rotate it around about right here. We're going to build a road off of this junction, so no worries. But I want to position this at a really an appropriate spot so as this crane could lift up the sand or the ore and then theoretically turn around and then drop it in dump trucks that kind of line up theoretically right on this road here. So let's watch this crane turn. Yeah, I'm sure if it just continued out, that would be at a pretty good angle here. So let's just go a bit farther. And then let's grab this guy. Let's go a bit farther, like that. Fantastic. So this is all just one, you know, in my mind, in the theme of this build, this is all just one big operation, right? So trucks will come in from over here to go through the weighing checkpoint or, you know, security or whatnot. And they come into here, and then maybe if it's an extraction area, they can go into this side over here, or they line up through here. And then we're going to add in some gravel texture. Yeah. So the gravel texture is the texture of the assets themselves. And you notice how these buildings have a bit of a hitbox around them. What's a hitbox? Well, you know, when you just kind of place something down, it just has that detail around it that makes such a perfect square. Well, I'm going to try and just eliminate and kind of buff out the edges of that rectangle because I just think it doesn't make it look as natural as if we were to just kind of do this ourselves. And this one has a bit of a green hitbox around it. So we're just going to do this really quickly. Just something simple like that. And I know sometimes it kind of looks like there's still the edges there. And that's okay, because we're going to come around here with this. Let's just turn that down. And let's find a different one. This one's pretty big. We're going to just place these around these edges that we've just made. And this is going to kind of hide the weird kind of textures that we've added in. The weird like bumpiness of the intersection, the surface painter. So I'm just gonna place these right on the edge. And this will kind of show of like a lack of upkeep or something along the lines of the property lines of this mine. So something like that is totally fine. You can also, you know, maybe people don't actually go and drive in here, so you can add a bit of bushes and long grass right in here. And then you can always grab something a bit thicker, and then in the middle portions of these kind of clumps, plop some of these guys in, because that's really not upkept. There we go. That looks a lot nicer, just you know, just like that. Okay, so we got that one ore building in. Let's check out how many workers that added. Let's throw it to 3 speed. Yeah, so we were at 515 before, so it added quite a bit, so that's good. 30 workers. So now theoretically we're still 5 workers short, so let's throw in this rotary kiln. Now what is this building in here? This isn't an ore building. Well, this is a power plant, and we were running out of power because the power fluctuates so much with that dam that we built. So we're going to try and incorporate a geothermal power plant into this build. So we're just going to temporarily throw it over here, and let's get that rotary kiln in, because this rotary kiln, our best spot for it is about right here, mainly because it is the most space we have, and it's also pretty flat. So I think we're going to put this on its own road, and maybe we could even get it right off of this kind of teardrop roundabout situation that we got going on. I think that might be interesting to try, so let's do that. Let's go with industry roads here, and we'll try a 1U road. We'll just come right out like that. Let's pause the game. You know what, it doesn't need to be paused actually. And let's turn off crosswalks here, and there we go. Looks a bit funky with the textures, but that is okay. We could always go into node controller here and just swing these things out. So it doesn't really matter. I think the trucks will still get kind of the gist of what's happening here. And then we're just going to actually swing this up and connect like that. A bit of a sneaky little connection there, and then let's get the rotary kiln in. Oh, that's not the rotary kiln. This is banana, massive, giant building here. But I think this would look really nice. Nice. It would look fine and dandy right in this section here. For a couple of reasons. It's close to the rail line. I think that kind of theme of this mass industry and the rail goes really nice together. It's pretty close by. It's also close to the main entrance here, but far enough away from everything else. So let's plop that down here, and then we'll just use move it to position it into a spot that we find appropriate. So I think that works out pretty nicely. I think we can bring it a bit closer this way. Yeah. Let's turn it ever so slightly so that we're at a nice angle with this road here. I think that works. Yeah, I think that is fine. All right, so trucks are freaking out, but let's get some pavement in here. I guess this is the ore industry, so it makes sense that there would be extra pavement available. So let's, oh no, wrong one. Oh my gosh. There we go. Clean that up. Throw the pavement in right through here. Aha, so we did level up the university. So the university is leveling up. I think our plan worked out after that blunder we had at the end of last episode when we realized, or last week when we realized that at some point we had turned on education boost for the entire city. So that was not okay. So we're just gonna get concrete all the way through in here. Just makes sense that this would all be pavement anyways. Try and get it all through here. And all the way in here as well. Alright, so I'll definitely come back and I'll clean up the textures off camera. Because I don't want to spend all your time just kind of painting in pavement. but you know, we get the gist of it here. There's lots of space right here as well, which we could do something with as well. We could try and get this road a bit closer into here, like that. See how this kind of looks. This guy can come at a bit of a nicer angle as well. Just like that. All right, looks good to me. Oh, that's straight. Let's see how that looks. That's actually pretty good. All right, so yeah, what can we do with this area? Well, you know, I think we could add in just some smaller buildings in here, and that would really fill out the space, but we'll save it for when we have like a detailing episode or something related to the ore industry. Maybe we'll have like a level 5 detailing episode again. Yeah, and this main building here looks really nice. I'm very happy with it. I like how they level up too. Oh, water, of course. All right, let's get some water right across here. We'll bring it down underneath the road. Oh, bit of an autosave. There we go. Are we all covered? Pretty much. Pretty much. All right, now let's try and incorporate this building in here. So I was thinking this area was pretty much, holy cow, words. Was pretty much the only place where it would fit without us trying to drastically change some roads. So I wonder if we kind of place it right in here, how it would look. Yeah, you know, just with the steam coming out and everything like that, it just really fits the theme of an industrial building. We might even be able to fit 2 in here without it looking too funky. And I like this idea because, you know, we use so much power throughout the series that when we decide to make a dedicated power plant or something, we can remove these, we could change things up, or we could just, you know, have that excess power ready to go for when the city needs it. Let's see if we can try and combine these buildings together in a nice manner. Looking at right in here to try and connect them, but it doesn't look necessarily like they fit, to be honest. So I wonder if we can kind of connect the pipes in there, and these containers look like they are okay. The pipes look like it's somewhat realistic. Everything else is fine. Okay, we'll stick with this. Yeah, it looks great. All right, so there we go. We got enough power now for a little while, which means we can probably even turn down our power budget back to 100. Oh, 99, okay. There we go. And let's see what the power is at. Yeah, look at that. Saving some money, which is really important. All right. So let's see what we are at now with our jobs and everything like that. So we got 610. Yeah, so I think maybe we just get a bit more ore extraction. Maybe work on this area a little bit, kind of make it like a bit more, you know, not just, you know, a couple of buildings placed down. And then we can always come back in and add some things, because there's a lot of buildings left that I want to add in this area. So let's focus out over here. Maybe we can get a couple more of these ore storage buildings out over here, and maybe even like work on the security kind of this area. So maybe like a main building kind of thing. Let's get a building or a road right off of here, and we could go with the police station for the security. That could work. I'm wondering if there's a building in the ore kind of area that we could use, because we can't place down a second one. We could use this as a bit of a headquarters, but this looks more like a motel, and it's the workers' barracks, so it probably doesn't work in that case. We could use a warehouse as well. I mean, a warehouse out here isn't that bad, although this does remind me that we do need a second warehouse for the glass in that's being produced, and we didn't actually end up ever placing that down. This one's for metal. Right now we have this one placed right here. I think we could probably squeeze both of these in. Just place that down. Actually, you know what? Broke my own rule. Try and remove the trees before you place anything down. So plop that down. I'm going to pause the game. We're going to bring this one over a bit to about here. And then we're going to bring this one over, and we're just going to connect the fences. Just like that. And then this one's going to go to empty and glass. And this one's metal. And that's the sand. Okay. It's coming along pretty nicely. Yeah, I don't see any other glass storage over here, so that works. All right, so yeah, I mean, I like using police stations as the headquarters of operations. We could go for a zone building as well. That could work out. Why don't we try that out? Let's go with an industry building, and we'll just plop it down right here. And then we'll go into find it here. We'll go over into here, industry, and we'll try and find a 3x3, was it? 4x3? Well, you know, or less. So let's go that. So this is the only building that is like that, but what if we go down to 3x3? So we got a warehouse kind of vibe. That's pretty cool. That doesn't really look headquarters-y. This one kind of does. I like that one. Oh, this one looks pretty neat. It's like a barn. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with this one. This one looks pretty cool. Let's pop that down and make it historical. It's the ice cube factory. Interesting. We'll eliminate that, and we'll get some parking over here. And what if we turn zoning off this road here? We get another opportunity to zone a building over here as well. That could work. Could get a parking area, and I think that probably would be beneficial to get parking, because I assume workers would kind of park over here, and then they would, you know, walk over or shuttle over. Maybe we get the employee parking over in this area right in kind of here. So let's do that. Let's go over into here. 4x10. That's pretty good. Let's try and maybe just center it against this building a little bit. Just like that. That is pretty much centered. There we go. And then we'll just use some concrete to fill in the rest. Let's grab a fence really quickly. Just an iron fence. I don't really care what fence this is in this situation. I'm just looking to do this. And then we'll just add in a touch more concrete for people to be able to turn around. Okay, we'll go over the fence line here. Just like that. And then we'll come back here with some more of this little grass. These grass tufts. There we go. So yeah, we got some employee parking over here. This is extraction. I think there's some great buildings that we could kind of do. It doesn't really look like a headquarters, though, does it? It looks like just a house. But hey, maybe a house is kind of the option we go with. Maybe we do get a kind of police building out here. This police building does look nice, but there's no way this would really be there. This one is too kind of obvious that it's a police building. So I think maybe we can probably just leave that there. Yeah, maybe we grab like let's see how maybe this building looks. Because this is kind of just also like base camp before because the main building is just across the way, right? So yeah, maybe this is the old kind of whorehouse, and maybe they built another one right in here for the workers more recently, and it's got air conditioning and washrooms and stuff. So yeah, I think that kind of works. Let's just get a couple trees around here, and then let's just actually place a couple down. Let's go with the horse chestnut this time. And I think a bit of a parking lot would do nicely over here. Let's go down to a 4x2. Let's plop that down. We'll just grab it. And we'll just do something like this. All right. Yeah, very good. And we said we're going to get another one of these ore buildings as well. So let's do that. We could get the sand extraction. That could work. But I think we'll stick with this one. So let's place it down right beside it. Nothing too fancy. Just like that. And we'll set this one on empty. All right. So that's looking a lot nicer, and we still have some more buildings to come. So I think this is good to leave this section for now. And let's take a quick peek. Yeah, I think we'll get there eventually, but we definitely need some more residential out over here. And maybe we add another glass manufacturing plant just to try and boost the ore industry. So we could place it down just right here again. That could be easy. We could place it over on this side now. We could change directions altogether and go somewhere else for this building. Not off the main road, that's for sure. But yeah, why don't we get a road right off here? Let's turn our guidelines off. Just like that. And then let's try and get another one of these factories right here. Hopefully it fits nicely. All right. And if we just kind of place it like this, so that it's nice and even against the road here. I think that works out pretty nicely. And then this road comes in at a nice straight connection with this road here. There's lots of space for parking and whatnot as well. So I think we're good there. Hopefully that improved us even more. Yeah, so eventually we'll get there. I'll keep an eye on it. But I think if we just keep on adding residential to Walsenberg, I think we'll definitely get there down the road, because we do have the schools out as well. So yeah, so let's focus on this main road right here for now, and then we'll dive into Babcock Point. So I think just commercial is probably the best bet for this area. Not right here. This is kind of the main road. We're coming off of the highway. This is when the highway stops being a highway and turns into kind of the town's main street. So I think we can get some nice buildings just like that. And then we'll get some residential right over here. We're going to leave a line, like one block of zoning across the entire thing. And that is going to allow us to put a fence right behind it. And this way, I think it just kind of makes it seem a bit more separated, especially when you have kind of zoning right up against the main road. So I'm thinking what we're going to do with this area, and you know, there's not too much we could do. This could be a little parkette, so I think we'll do that, kind of leading into Babcock Point here. I definitely can see us getting housing along the edge here, so let's do that. And then this part will be a park as well, so we'll have to make sure we get a fence right behind here. So let's do that. Let's get some zoning right through here. Let's take that off right there, though. We're starting to get a bit raised up with the elevation here, so let's just do a smaller house over here. We just get one right there. Let's put one right there. And we're getting a bit too close to the river on this side. Definitely not going to put any houses right along here, so that's okay. And then let's get just some basic zoning right across here like this. Although, perhaps not... Oh, sorry, house. Perhaps not right here, because we have a bus stop right here. Although it is on both sides, I think there's something that we could probably do with this area to incorporate it with this park access road. And speaking of that park access road, let's upgrade it to something different. Let's go with trees down the middle road without parking. There we go. And then we'll turn that road, or those trees, into the young linden trees. All right, so looks like that zoned in pretty quickly over here. So we'll continue that kind of vibe. Oh, I also added this road in right behind here, mainly because it looks like there's some really cool parking opportunities here. Like I put this parking lot right in this section. So let's get some commercial right along in here. Then we could even go with some commercial right in here, or we could go with a bit of industry. Now we don't have an industry for Walsenberg, So why don't we... Oh, hey, we can actually change the shape of Walsenberg now as well, which is nice. Yeah, we kind of know where we're building and whatnot. So here we go. This is kind of old Walsenberg. And we'll go right up to this cemetery. And then we'll continue this one out right down to the estuary. And then the rest of it can be New Walsenberg or something like that. Or a different suburbs kind of name. All right, looking nice, looking nice. Okay, so we got that. Oh, ore industry, that's what I was doing. So I really like using the lumber industry for inner town kind of industry. So let's do that. Let's add in farming industry into here. And then we'll grab this and we'll throw it right in here. And we'll see what pops up. We could even choose what we want. So this is a 3x4 forestry. There is nothing. How about a 3x3? Yeah, so we have a couple options here. We got this big old factory. We got just some trees. We got an actual old factory, which might go well with the theme of the town. Then we got a warehouse as well. Let's try this guy out. See what that looks like. Okay, fantastic. And then we'll get some parking along the back side of this. Let's go 4x2. 3. No, let's stick with the 2. 2x10. Too much. 2x8. There we go. Plop that down. And I think we can just move it just ever so slightly like this. We are on a little bit of a hill here, so let's see if we can try and level that out for the parking lot. Nope, doesn't seem to be liking this. But oh, we're getting there. I guess it's a bit better. And here we go. So forest foundations. Cool. We'll stick with that, and then let's pave in all this, of course. And yeah, that's quite the steep parking, but I think it works out in the end. All right, so I think we could squeeze a bit more parking in, but I'll do that off camera. And yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how this turns out. Lots of parking. I think that goes with the theme pretty well. This area right in here, I think is just screaming to be a park. And it's kind of like a park that the city just kind of probably destroyed some old buildings in here to do. But when they put this rail tunnel in, this area really became inaccessible, really, because we can put buildings right along here. That's totally fine, but we lose like a quarter of it. So why not turn it into a bit of a park, right? So I think that's what I'll do here. I think we're gonna just plop down an asset though. Oops. Just a basic park. It fits so perfectly in here. I just don't see how we can't just do that, you know? So it fits just right there in the middle, just like that. We can get a couple other connections in here as well. I'm not going to change the trees because I think we've used it somewhere else. But the tree, actually, you know what? Let's do it. Let's see what it turns out to be. Let's put in the horse chestnut tree though. Mainly because it looks like it's a little bit older. And then why don't we try for tree variant 3 here? Why don't we try putting in the live oak? Or that's too much. That's too much. Let's put the horse chestnut in for this one. Seems like there's more, and then we'll put the young linden on for the other one. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. It sticks with the kind of tree theme that we have going on for our build here, so that works out. We're definitely going to need to level up the terrain on this side of the tracks here, because I would really like, whoops, I'd really like it for us to not have to put a fence in or something like that. Let's see if we can go a bit higher. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then we'll just turn down the brush size, and we'll just smooth out this corner right here because that one seems a bit iffy. And otherwise, it's pretty good. It's not on much of a slope that it's really noticeable. And then we're going to grab the just basic path, and we need a path connection right in here, but let's turn off our guidelines. It's gonna make it a bit easier to do. Right here, and we'll just go like that, connect it up. I was a bit off, so we'll just push that up, like so, right on the edge of that tree. And then we'll connect up right here, like this. Then maybe right in here we could connect up. It's right in that corner. Yeah, I think we could probably do that, but it's a bit too tight for the other side. So we're good there. We're good here. Yeah, we're all good. So I could put a fence around it. That could look nice. It would also kind of continue with the theme that we kind of have going on this side. Let's see if we can do that. Just a basic iron fence. Doesn't really go well with that one. But I don't think we have another option really. Could go for the farm fence. That could be nice. It's a bit more friendly than an iron fence. There we go. Okay, just like that. Then I'll come and I'll realign them off camera so that they're nice and perfect. Just like that. Bring this one right up to there. This one's gonna come right to here. And it's actually gonna go on the inside of the path. And we can't actually get up there at all. Actually, I don't think we need a fence here at all. Alright, so let's just try and scooch this one over so it's just on the edge. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Alright, very good. Let's add in a couple more trees just to fill out the theme. And then we'll look at Babcock Point. Ooh. Here we are. So horse chestnut, single, and we'll just try place a couple down in these corners really just to help fill it out and make it seem like the park asset itself continued all the way through here. So we'll get a couple more young lindens as well. All right, yeah, very good. Looks pretty cool. Right in here, I definitely see this being just fallow land. It just kind of seems that way to me. I would definitely see that as a bit of a realistic kind of option here, but I would definitely put a path right through. And then what we'll do is we'll just kind of make it seem a bit more friendly by kind of continuing that through onto the corners here. And I'm sure people walking over here will just cut across anyways. So that's good with me. Let's add a couple trees like this. I think that's good. And then we'll put a fence right across, but we're gonna go with the iron fence in this case because I think it's a bit more realistic to have a bit more of a protective fence right through here. So put it right down to here, and then we'll bring it right down to about there. And again, I'll go over these with Move It afterwards because I don't want to waste too much time. But I think this is looking pretty good. All right, and I will definitely detail up the tunnel at some point with some rocks. I don't think the keys in this case, but yeah. Okay, let's just get a couple more trees. Let's go with the young linden. We'll just get one right in here, another one right in here. Yeah, very good. Okay, yeah, so I want to get Babcock Point in, but I guess I never really finished this, did I? Turn zoning off of that road. And same idea here, but we're on a bit of a larger road here, so I think maybe we just get full commercial through here. And we'll see what kind of pops up. We could also, this is always fun, put it on this side. Like that. And, you know, this makes people, you know, they have the signs on the back of the building. And they're like, oh, you gotta come into the town a little bit. And then we can also make this area a bit more of a little hub here, which would also add some some attraction down to the metro area. Maybe we can get a couple more stores through here too. And then, yeah, right through here as well. And then we'll turn the rest of it into residential. I'm gonna leave this open here because I think a nice path connection here would do really well. So let's go with the zoo path because I know that's what we've been using. So we'll go out to about there. And we'll swing this out to about here. And then right to this node. Just like that. I'm gonna reposition this. Could even just swing it right out to this corner. That could be cool. Yeah. Alright. And then we could even change this node to a crossing. And so originally this bus here was a small bus, but I had to change it. So that's why it looks a little bit different, but I think maybe one day we could fix that up. This bus should be sliding in right in here, where it's a bit longer, but it looks like that's pretty big anyway, so why don't I try and just move this down? And then, here we go, we can fix this all up right now. Alright. Very cool. Let's check out the zoning really quickly, because I know I just messed stuff up. Yeah, and I actually like the idea of having the commercial a little bit more on this end. Okay. Ooh, let's fix all this up. Okay, we'll just delete those. Alright, very nice. Yeah, so here we go. We'll wait for these buildings to level up a little bit more, but I think it could look really nice once they're a bit larger. The buildings, you know what we could do right here in this corner actually? Turn it into an office. We'll see, let's choose an office building, and then we'll do Babcock Point really quickly. So, sorry, what was the size again? 4 by 3? First number is the number against the road. It's way too big. That's a pretty good size for this kind of town. Again, too big. That's actually really nice. What does it look like on this side? A bit more crude. I do like this one. Yeah, okay. What if we go 4 by 4? Yeah, that's pretty nice too. Got this one, that's pretty big. This guy seems okay. This one seems like a really realistic building that you'd see in this kind of area. That's why I don't necessarily want to have it. What about this one? Oh, it's too big. Okay, let's go back down to that 4 by 3 building that we were just about to select. This one. Oh, that's really nice, but no, it was this guy. Okay, let's pop that down. Let's make it historical. And then I think we're going to need to either do some paving or some tree work through here. So let's start off with trees. Let's go with the young linden. And let's just go into the line tool. We'll just do this. Can we get one more? I don't think so. So I'm just going to need to reposition it. Just like that. Yeah, very good. All right. And then we'll start right here. We'll see if we can get this all the way down. Like that. That's pretty good. And then what we can do just to kind of help fill in that space is if we run a basic path along here, we'll be able to get a light as well. We have anarchy on, so we can do this. So there'll be street lights right beside it. Oh, I'm gonna need to do it from the other way. Apologies for that. Just right there. Yeah, now the street lights are in where the trees are. Very nice. Okay, so this building here we don't really need, but I like the parking aspect to it. So let's combine these two as a historical building. And I like this building here, and I'll wait for the bookstores to kind of level up and whatnot. But I really like the look of this one as well. So let's get a couple more young lindens along here. And that really helps the look of this area. Okay, let's go to single, and then we'll upgrade the tree coverage. It's amazing how much just a couple trees really adds to the appeal, doesn't it? Yeah, okay, so that's coming along pretty nicely. I like how the town's coming up. We have this space available as well, which I'm wondering what I'm going to do with. We might just make it open field for the school. I might throw some buildings down. Let's get some more housing in because we do have quite the demand for it. So I'm going to put some housing right along here behind the baseball diamond. But I'm going to also run a path through here. And we're going to make it paved. Why not? Slide it right out like this. And I'll try and clean it up a little bit. Yeah. Okay, there we go. And all of this is going to be housing. Except right there. I think maybe we can turn that into a bit of a corner store or something down the line. But I'm focused on housing right now. So we're good there. I think we can get a cut-through street right here as well. Just a really basic road that will run right from basically any node, really. Could go right beside here. We could go with enough space just to make it a bit of a park around it. Yeah, that's good. And then the rest can be houses. Yeah, okay, I like that. Why don't we actually just change things up then? And we could actually try to make it equal. So it's 6 units between them. So right there. And then what I could do is just put houses right along the edge. Then we have enough space. Like that. Okay, so yeah, very good. We're definitely leveling up now. And let's look at Babcock Point. So this is going to be a park. I'm going to do this really quickly. And I'm going to throw one unique building in here as well. So to start off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the trees from here. Just around the road area. Because then we can plan things out a little bit. So let's get, here it is, park. And we're going to get the park with the gate. And this is going to go right at the end over here. We could actually put it on this side. I think that's probably better. And then I'm just going to move it down here so we have the ability to connect a fence across like this. There we go. And what else are we going to add in here? Well, this has no parking on this road, so it'll force people to park. So we can also continue the parking right through. But it gives us a cool opportunity to put in a couple gates as well. So let's check the park area, actually. There we go. So we're just going to do this right in here. And right down into here. Alright, so let's get the side gate right there. I'm then just going to move it right over into the middle. There we go. We got a side gate over there. We'll get a side gate right in here, I think is probably a good option. So I think my idea here is this is just going to be a basic like playground kind of area. And over here we'll have a bit of a walking trail. But there's something particular that I want to add in that I've been teasing. And that is the birds and the bee haven. I really, really like this asset. I think it can go really nicely in here. But it's going to be a bit tricky to get in with on the right angle. Now, I think this is a bit of a naturey kind of feel to it, right? So I think this also gives Babcock Point a little bit of a unique kind of approach. And hopefully there isn't too many cars that come here, because we're gonna have a lot of parking. Otherwise it might ruin the feel a little bit. But I think having this really nice park so close by would be really unique for everyone. And then having it so close to the water as well, I think is pretty nice. So I'm thinking right along here on the edge. We could put it along the road as well. That could actually be beneficial. Whoa. Seeing as the bees probably don't really care about the cars too much. Raise it up a little bit. Let's actually go a bit lower. Probably this one then. Seems like the corner is a bit higher, so I'm gonna need to adjust manually. Now we're on the road though. Yeah, so we're driving along here and you can say, like, oh my gosh, look at that. All the bees live there. I need to move, whoa. I need to move some of these trees out of the way. So it looks like we're pretty close to the road here. Lots of trees apparently. Yeah, that's nice. Let's see if we can change some of the trees in here. So just the green tree, this is what I want to replace. We're going to make it the young linden tree, just to continue the tree theme of the build. But we'll leave the flower trees. Alright, so we're going to have a nice walking path connection down into here. And then we'll also get a path connection down through here. Here we go. Just going to slide this just like so. We're gonna have a little path running right down to there. Have a path over here and here, and then we'll have a gate over right beside the birds in the bee haven. I'll put one on the other side as well, just for some symmetry. Okay, that's pretty good. There we go, Babcock Point is coming along. I wonder if unique buildings add... Yeah, they do add entertainment value. Interesting. Okay, so let's just connect some of these things up, throw some assets down, and then we'll call it a day for today. And I hope you liked this small town kind of build. Let me know if you'd like to see more dedicated kind of weeks to this style of build. Because then I can plan out some more small towns in the future. Okay, I don't necessarily like having that there. We'll do this. Go right along through here. Alright, and I wonder if we can sneak a path right behind here. Or if it's even worth putting a path on the other side at all. So right about to here. No, let's put it right beside it. Like that. That's where I want the path. So in order to line it up, I think we'll have to do that. And this guy is going to need to scooch over a little bit as well. Alright, so I think with this, maybe we don't actually need this one at all. And we'll just use some gravel. I'm going to do that. And I think there's a lot more we can do with this area, but I have run out of time for today's video. So I'm just going to plop down the playground area like I was mentioning. Oh, you know what? That's perfect location for a path connection. I think I remember leaving it here for that reason. Okay. And I feel like if we run just a little bit of a dirt path kind of area in here, that would be really cool for all the locals. Now I know theoretically people can walk across that, but I think it's fine. I think it's fine for this case. Alright, so let's get a dirt path, and I'm not going to do any connections with the nodes here, but instead I'm just going to go close by, and we're going to do a nice big curve like this. And again, not connect to the nodes because I know people can actually walk there, but I don't want the connection to actually occur. And then what we'll do is just get the climbing frame right in here, right in that area, and then we'll have a nice big gazebo right beside it, or right across the street. And then we'll come back through here with our trees, and we'll fill up that little section. Right in here, I think can just be some simple tree coverage. Trees go a long way in a park, especially this kind of park with birds and bees. And then I want a cafe right beside here. I wonder if they would serve anything sticky, because the bees would get a little rambunctious, I would believe, with all that. And then we'll have a restroom right beside the parking lot. Or should we put it right here? No, let's put it right beside the parking lot. And the info gate, I think, could go interesting kind of right in here. Learn about the project that the town of Walsenberg has kind of put on. And then we'll run a fence kind of right along. Oh, we'll go with the farm fence again. Right along the side. Now, I know there's a way to do this with the intersection marking tool. I just haven't looked into that yet. Okay, there we go. And I think we can just probably continue this to about here. And we'll run it in a straight line. Just like that. I'm just going to stick that little section out. And I'm going to grab it with move it. Oh, I thought I grabbed it with move it. And we're just going to put it right here. Actually, I might upgrade this fence to the forestry fence down the road. So just, you notice a change? That's why. So yeah, I think this turned out pretty nicely. I like this little area here for some tree coverage. And, oh, and we need to connect this up. Okay, sorry about that. I guess it took me a little bit longer to do than I was anticipating. So let's just run a simple little path like that. And then we'll connect that up. And then we'll just have a nice kind of winding curve connection. Something simple. And we'll run a couple path connections off of here as well. They'll run down into kind of the water area, but we'll do that another time. Right off of here would be great. Yeah, okay, so that's a good little start. Again, I love just having dense tree coverage. I think it goes a long way. When I'm taking my dog out for a walk or something like that. Oh, you know what? A dog park would go really well right in here. So, yeah, I hope you liked today's video, folks. Again, let me know if you like these weekly dedicated videos to a project. I feel like then we're not bouncing around as much. But, you know, I think we were able to touch on a couple unique things at the same time. Like we were able to do a rail connection, which took up a lot of time from last week, or Wednesday's video, holy cow. And the ore industry kind of boost as well has been helpful. Looks like we're still working on that, so I'll have to watch that in the future. But yeah, I hope you liked today's video, folks. Let me know down in the comment section down below, and we'll chat soon. Peace out.